How's it going, Lincoln?
Good. You're good?
Good.
Last day out here. I can't believe it.
We didn't see Christian Pierce out there today. Is he battling anything?
Yeah, a small little injury thing. He had a doctor's appointment this afternoon that caused him to miss. He wouldn't have been able to go full go. Nothing serious, but won't do anything else for us this spring.
We haven't heard a ton about Eric Gentry this spring. What have you seen from him, and what's maybe that next level for him?
He's done well. I think he's I think he's really taken to Rob's style of coaching. You can tell now it's his second year in the defense. He's been consistent, been vocal, energetic. He's always had the ability to make really spectacular plays. I think the consistency for him is just climbing more and more. And I would say this spring, there's been a lot of that. There's the impactful plays, but even his plays that aren't his best are still pretty decent. You can still compete, you can still win with that. And that's when guys become really good players. And I'll talk to you guys about it. It's the casual fan thinks it's how many great plays that they can make, and really it's how bad are their bad plays. Can you survive their bad plays? Really great players, you can survive their bad plays, and the good ones are really good. And he's definitely trending that way. So you just see. I just think he's continuing to grow, kind of in this last year. A lot of times it hits guys a little bit different. This is kind of their last opportunity, and I feel like he's, really invested himself right now into making the most of it. He's healthy, he's confident, he's put on a lot of weight. I mean, he's in the best place that he's ever been at his time here this year.
Which players have you seen kind of improve the most over spring, Coach?
Favorite question. I told the guys earlier, it's kind of hard to single out guys. You got 100-something guys out here. I mean, there's a lot of people that are improving. I'm happy to answer questions about specific guys. I just don't. It's hard for me to start grabbing individuals when I'm looking at 100. So I don't mean to not answer it.
Can you just comment on the? You were asked a lot early on in spring practice about the younger defensive linemen, right? Like Jakeem and Floyd and guys like that, Cash.
Yep.
Can you just talk about where they're at here as you're wrapping up spring?
All very talented. All certainly have the ability to impact this team and our defensive line this year. Floyd really came out of the gate strong, was limited a little bit in the middle of spring, and is back going again now. But we've been really pleased with Floyd, his explosiveness, how quickly he's caught on to our system. I would say a lot of the same things about Jakeem. Jakeem's been able to stay on the field the entire time. He's improved quickly. His natural ability is very apparent, and he's learning more and more. I think the technique of it, and certainly what we're doing schematically, but it just cleans up every day. But pretty impressive to see, again, with him being really a year younger than all these guys, the fact that he physically can go out here and hold his own, with anybody, which, that's pretty hard to do when you should be a junior in high school right now. Cash has done a good job. Cash really in the last week has really started to come on. You see his confidence growing, see some individually really good reps. He's got a lot of talent. Again, another guy that's continuing to adjust to the physicality consistently at the line of scrimmage on our practice field right now, but it's going to be a really good player. So all three of those guys have come in here and done a nice job for us.
What are you seeing at right tackle here as we wrap up spring?
Yeah, I mean, Tobias, Justin, those are two right tackles we feel like that we can win with right now. I mean, I think our top three tackles right now have really separated themselves with obviously adding Page to that group. I mean, those three guys right now are clearly, our three best tackles. And then I think that'll be a big focus point of summer, fall camp is figuring out, who's that fourth, who's that fifth, where does the depth come? Does it come from, some of the young guys? Are they ready to step up? Is it, some guys that have some position flex that have to bounce back and forth for us? That'll certainly be a big question. But all three of those guys have had really good springs. They've stayed healthy. They've stayed on the field. They're all stronger from the off season. So they've all, really improved and done a nice job.
Do you have a sense of this team's personality, or do you still need to have time with them to figure that out?
Yeah, starting to figure it out more, probably even more some of these springs, because more of our team's here, than in previous springs. So I'm trying to think. I definitely have a feel for it. I'm trying to think how, in a few words, in a short answer, maybe kind of, explain it. It's a very together team right now. There's a lot of back and forth on the field. There seems to be a real genuine, just kind of, I don't know, just bond with these guys right now. That's kind of fun to see. It's a high energy team. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of kind of young, like, some ways unproven leadership, but I think very talented and going to be very effective leadership that's kind of brewing on this team. So it's been good. Spring has just flown by for us, and that's practice has been fun. These guys don't like it when we blow the horn at the end. I think I really sense that this team is really listening, to the things that we're stressing, the things that we're trying to teach them. We don't do certainly everything perfect right now by any stretch, but I do feel like when we go stand in front of the team and say, hey, we got to do this better, this is important, that you feel like that the team then takes that and it becomes important to them, and like you see really like concerted efforts to really attack those things. And so as a coach, that always makes you excited, because like, all right, let's put the right things in front of these guys, and these guys, like, they want that. They want to be great, they want to be coached hard, they want to be pushed, and I would say the group collectively, you really feel that right now.
Has that young leadership surprised you?
I'm not surprised is a white word. I mean, I'm excited to see it. You felt like there were some really good potential leaders on this group. We've been probably a little bit slower to kind of name or single out those guys here, maybe compared to recent years, because I wanted to just let this thing come together a little bit more organically. Didn't want to kind of preset the leaders. It's like, no, who really rises to the top and kind of takes hold of it, and it's kind of been fun to see. There's been some people that we would expect, and up to this point, a few that maybe wouldn't have been the first names you called out that have stepped forward and really assumed that role. So that obviously will evolve as we go on in the summer and all that, but it's intriguing, it's encouraging right now.
What have you learned about the What have you learned about the quarterback room specifically? What are you looking for as far as Longstreet's development and also Jaden taking that next step?
Yeah, just it's a room that we expect to be the best in college football year in and year out. That's just our expectation for that room. To do that, you need multiple guys that can run the offense, that can execute, that can lead. So we've really worked hard on the depth in that room. We've obviously added a couple new faces in there, and I think the room is bonded well together right now. It's maybe since we first got here, maybe since that first year, it might be one of the closer QB rooms that we have right now, which I think is good because they're pushing each other, they're working hard. It's a good mix. It's kind of Jaden in the middle in terms of experience. Sam has obviously played a lot of college ball and seen a lot. Hassan's just kind of getting thrown into it right now, but they're all bring some really unique things to the table. They all certainly can move the offense. I mean, this spring, there's no question about that. So it's been good to see how they've all handled it at this point. I didn't answer your question, so if you got one for me, let it rip. All right, you good? Okay, all right.